Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So let's start today's topic. Today we are going to understand about quadratic equations. Firstly, we need to break this terminology so that we can understand it better, right? So the first thing, quadratic, quad, quad basically stands for two, right? And equation stands for an equal to sign. Quadratic is a type of a polynomial, right? Where your highest degree is 2, right? These are in single variables only, right? And another thing is, if I am giving you a general form of this, so that can be written in ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is the general form of a quadratic equation, and you can easily see here that the highest degree is 2. Okay, and now let's just understand how do we factorize it, or how do we split it, or how do we use the completing square method, right? So solving a quadratic equation, see, every time I'm not going to write the whole statement of like whole term, which is quadratic equation. Instead of that, I am writing QE. That stands for quadratic equation here. Okay, so what if we want to solve the quadratic equation, and what are the methods of solving it, right? So basically here we are discussing about the methods today. So the first and foremost method is simple factorization. See, in factorization you also have multiple ways of doing it, right? So we will be taking the multiple ways here. One of them is called middle term splitting. I generally say it as MTS, middle term splitting. Okay. Second thing is normal factorization with algebraic formulas. Factorization can be of many types. So these are the two ways which we are going to discuss today. Second one is called completing square method. This method is generally used when we need to find some quadratic functions, vertex, axis of symmetry, or maybe some other things for the graphical questions, right? So completing square method is more relevant to quadratic functions, basically. But we can use this as well in the exams, right? Third one is the most important one, which is called quadratic formula. Okay, so these are different types of methods which we are going to take up session by session, right? Because we cannot finish the whole concept in one go. So I need little more of your patience, right? So let's start with the first topic that I said is factorization. See, when I am going to finish all these topics, then I'll be taking few examples which will be relevant to all of those, right? I mean to say that I'll be taking one question and I'll be solving it with all three methods, and I'll show you the same answer in all of them, right? So that's the importance of these things, and how do we execute and where you have to apply which formula. This is what we are going to learn here. So let's start this concept. Let me just take an example for factorization, and we are doing it as MLT. M MTS, sorry. it is MTS, middle term splitting. Okay, so this method says if I'm taking an example 3x square plus 7x plus 2, very basic example, I am just factorizing it. Okay, I'm not doing it in equation form, I'm just telling you how to solve it. Okay, so as I said, the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, right? So forget this equal to 0 thing because it's not written here, right? So let's just understand how do we going to use this method. So we are going to take this and this, a and c, and every time in every polynomial, I have already said this in previous lessons as well, that you have to take everything in the descending order, or we can say that it should be in the standard form. Okay, so it should be in the standard form. So what does that mean? We have to take a and c and multiply them. So that means this is a, this is c, right? I'm writing it here, a and c. So this is 3 times 2, which is giving you a 6, right? Now you have to take factor of 6 to make a 7, right? One trick to understand, if you see the multiplicated number is either one number in addition or one number in subtraction, if it is given like that, right? What I mean is, if in your middle term, this is your middlemost term, and if in the middle term, if you see any number which is lesser than this multiplied number, or I mean which is greater, sorry, I mean which is greater, so that is a 7, and if you see a number which is lesser than that, right? One number lesser or one number greater. So you directly take this number as a thing, right? Sorry. So what I mean is, instead of the 7, now I'm going to take 6 and 1, right? Because 6 times 1 is 6 only, and the addition of 6 and 1 is giving you 7, right? So I am changing the 7 place and I'm writing instead of 7 as 6 plus 1, right? So this is how we are splitting the middle term, right? You have to factorize it. You have to take the multiplication thing of A and C and then check that whether you're getting a same answer, or by factorizing it, or if you're getting 1 plus or 1 minus number for your multiplied number, then you can do it in this way, right? Now we'll do the general calculations, like you multiply these two with x, like 3x square plus 6x plus 1x plus 2, right? This is already in the standard form, right? Already in the ordered form, right? Another thing is that always take the greater number in the first place. What I mean is, this is the greater number, so that's why I have written it in the first place. Okay, so in first place, always write your greater number so that it is easier for us to execute it further, right? Now take common from this and common from this. So I can see that I'm having 3x common here. I'm left with x plus 2, right? Here nothing is common, so we'll be writing 1 here, plus 1, and the rest of the number is x plus 2 inside, right? Now you can see this is one term, this is second term, and you can see x plus 2 is common in both. So we'll be writing it like this, and the leftover number is 3x plus 1, like this. So this is how we are going to factorize it. Okay, let's take one more question. 10 times x square minus 23x negative 5, right? So let's just take a and c again. So a and c is 10 and 5. Do not take the plus or minus sign along with it, right? You just understand, you have to take the numbers only and multiply them. I'm getting 50. Now for 50, I cannot see any number lesser or greater. I am not seeing 49 or 51 in the middle value, right? So we are going to follow the usual method, the general method for m, middle term splitting, right? So this is like 50 here. We are going to use the prime factorization method. We'll be taking different factors here. So let's take 2 here. I'm getting 25, right? 2 times 25 is 50. This is called prime factorization, where you take the prime factors in consideration, right? Now you understand this thing, that I can see directly here that 25 minus 2 is giving me 23. So why would I split it further, right? So there are two options. If you can judge it here, you can directly write, instead of this 23, I can write 25 minus 2, right? And the rest of the numbers along with the signs remains same, like this. One thing is this, or if you cannot recognize it, you just keep on factorizing it like this, and then you multiply the numbers to make a factor for this, right? Which will in addition or subtraction will give you a 23, right? Suppose if I'm doing 2 times 5 is 10, 10 plus 5 or 10 minus 5 will give you different answer, like 15 and 5. So these are not relevant to my answer, right? That means I can take 5 times 5, which is 25, minus 2, which is giving me 23, right? So this is how we do the combination here, right? Now just multiply it like you did it earlier, 10x square. Now there is one more complication lying here, that you see a negative sign lying here, right? If you see any negative sign outside a bracket, or you're taking a minus sign outside it, so that will change the sign, right? That means it is going to be negative 25x and plus 2x here, right? So it has changed the sign of the inside numbers. 25 was in addition here and 2 is negative, so it changed the sign. It became opposite now, right? Now you take the common from these two and these two. So I can see a 5 and x common from the first two. That is giving me 2x, negative 5. And in the later one, nothing is common. So again, plus 1 here, 2x, negative 5. That is giving me 5x plus 1 as one factor. And second factor is 2x minus 5. Always check this thing, that you will get this and this term same, right? If it is changing the sign, if it is not coming out same, that means your question is wrong. I mean, your the solution part is wrong. You need to recheck your answer, right? I hope you understand this. Let's take one more question. 6x square plus 19x plus 10, right? So it is a times c. It is in ascending order, I mean decreasing order, and in standard form. So you just multiply 6 and 10, which is giving me 60. Okay. Now for 60, you just split it off, because I cannot see either 59 or a 61 here in the middle, right? So just change, I mean, just do the prime factorization here. So I'll be taking a 5 here, 5 times 1 and 5, 2, right? So 12 and 5 is giving me a 17, right? So that's not possible, right? So it is not going to be the right solution. Let's just take another one. So it is coming in 3's table as well, 3 times 4, right? I can see this combination line here. This is 3 times 5, which is 15, and 4. 15 plus 4 is giving you a 19. Okay. If you can recognize it while doing it, so it is a better option to make a combination. So instead of this 19, again we are moving it like this. So instead of 19, this is plus 15 and plus 4, and rest of the numbers along with their signs are remaining same. Now you just multiply it, as I said earlier as well. 6x square plus 15x plus 4x plus 10. That is giving me 3x, which is I'm taking common from these two. I can see 3 is a common one and x is also common. So 2x plus 5 here. And in the later two numbers, I can see I can take 2 common. So that is also giving me 2x plus 5. That means 3x plus 2 is one solution and second one is 2x plus 5 is another solution. Right? I hope you understand this concept. Just for a better thing, let's take one more question. I don't want you guys to skip any of these because these are the most important things which you will take further till your grade 12. Okay? But before that, before jumping on to the next question, I want to request you people, please like, share, and subscribe my channel for more such videos. And please suggest me something new, right? Which you want me to discuss it in the videos, right? Where I can explain you more techniques to solve it easily, quickly, and in a faster way to save your time in the exams, right? So let's come back to the question now. This question is 3x square negative x negative 10, right? Now this looks little weird, don't you think? See, this is x here, right? And the middle value is nothing written here. That means it is a 1, right? When there is no number, no written number with x or any of the variable, that means it is automatically 1, right? Now you have a and c, which is 3 times 10. That is giving me a 30, right? Now you have to split this 30 to get your answer as 1, okay? So I can take 5 again and 5 times 6. Oh, it's easy, right? Can you see that? This is 6 and 5 here, right? So you can easily do it here, like 6 minus 5. As I already said that please write the bigger value first. So 6 minus 5 gives you 1, right? And 6 times 5 is also giving you a 10. I mean 30, right? So that's how it should be. Now multiply it and I'm seeing a negative sign lying here. So just change the inside sign. So it is 3x square negative 6x plus 5x negative 10. Now take common from these two and these two. So this is 3x common, x minus 2, and this is 5 common, x minus 2 again, right? So this is giving me 3x plus 5 and x minus 2. So these are the two solutions here, right? The questions can get more difficult and it can come in the under roots. It can come in different ways as well. But for your better understanding, I'm just taking one more example, which is a little more weird, like 3x square in a negative and negative 3, negative x plus 14, right? So this type of question is little difficult to solve, right? So it is better to make your x square term or x square coefficient a positive one, right? What I mean is just take a negative sign common from these, right? From all of these. So it is giving you 3x square plus x and negative 14. As I also said that if you are taking a negative sign inside or outside the bracket, please change the sign. It always changes the sign, right? Negative numbers are the mean numbers here, right? They are the mean persons, right? So you just take the mean thing out and it will change your life. So similarly, here it is changing their sign, right? Let's just do it A and C again. So this is 3 times 14, which is giving you a 2 here and 4 here, 42. Now take the factors of 42. You can tell me which numbers are these, right? If you want, I can share you some worksheets on it after this. So it is going on 7, right? 7 times 6 is 42, right? So it is easily visible that it is giving me a 1. 7 minus 6 is giving you a 1, right? So just put a big bracket here because here you have 1 and I'm removing this one to get the middle values here, which is 7 minus 6, like this. Okay, now you do the same steps as you did earlier. You just multiplied it like this, and negative 6x and negative 14 like this, and take common from these two and these two. So this is going to give you an x common, which is 3x plus 7, and this is giving you a negative 2 common, which is also giving you 3x plus 7. So my answer is x minus 2 and 3x minus plus 7, like this. So that's your answer. There is no need of taking this negative sign inside, right? This can be your solution, or if you really want to take it inside, so it can be written like this. But you have to change it in one, right? Don't change the sign of both factors. Only change the sign of one factor in which you are taking the negative sign inside. So that's your solution. Both can be your solutions, right? I hope you understand today's lesson. I'll be coming out with more such questions, and we'll be taking under root questions as well sooner. And for more such videos, please like and share and subscribe my channel so that you guys keep on motivating me for making more videos on these topics, which will help you guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Have a nice day.